Hey, good morning. What's going on, everybody? Coffee time, episode 18. Yeah, hope everybody out there doing well this morning. A little cooler, not as hot as it was this weekend. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Just want to have some quick thoughts on Kyrie Irving. Quick thoughts on Kyrie Irving. Uh, for those that don't know, last year, well, let's just go back to the beginning of Kyrie Irving, where, you know, the media turned on him. It was during the pandemic, because he didn't want to take the vaccination. He thought that he was exempt because of him playing in New York. So the media attacked him for his position on the vaccination. So Kyrie became basically the NBA's poster child of bad press, bad media. He was a bad guy. He was a problem. He was quirky. All these type of weird words that they were saying about Kyrie. And he had missed a bunch of games and for mental health, and he had death in his family. And they never reported that he had a death in his family. They just basically said he was away from the team. But in all actuality, he had a death in his family, so he needed some time to himself, which should be normal. So during the pandemic, what Kyrie had did, and the media don't talk about this, Kyrie paid all the salaries for the females in the WNBA. Not one female, not two, not a particular team. He paid the salary for the whole league. So nobody talks about that with Kyrie Irving. So last year, Kyrie Irving, in the beginning of the season, he was playing for the Brooklyn Nets. And one of the reporters had noticed a retweet that he had put on his page of the documentary. I can't remember the documentary offhand. Much talked about documentary that the brothers that's Hebrewites talked about the history of their religion and so forth, so on, right? And it was a controversy because the other branch of their religion don't believe whatever. Y'all know. I don't want to get into the religion and people's religious belief because people are entitled to believe what they want to believe. However, there was a whole bunch of controversy around it. NBA suspended Kyrie to further notice, vilified him, tried to say he was anti-Semitic and all this other stuff. A whole bunch of BS. In the meantime, Kyrie Irving was going through a major contract dispute with Nike, and he wound up dropping Nike. And for those that don't know, the NBA is ran by Nike. It's ran by the sneaker companies. AAU basketball is ran by the sneaker companies, and college basketball is ran by the sneaker companies. You could kind of dictate what players going to go where based on who they're affiliated with when it comes to sneaker contracts and so forth and so on. So Kyrie Irving went through all this sensitivity training and all this other stuff, got vilified. Stephen A. Smith, guys in the NBA, Shaq, Barkley, Stephen A. Smith, they've got to a point where they want him an idiot, he's dumb, he's stupid, all because he retweeted the link to this documentary. Stephen A. Smith got so bad with him, Stephen A. Smith attacking Kyrie personally, that Stephen A. Smith and his father, Kyrie Irving's father, got into it with Stephen A. Smith. Because this is what these people do. They vilify athletes because they're told to vilify athletes, certain athletes, black athletes, namely the black athletes. This is what they do. And if you ever watch them real closely, they're really masters of the art of vilifying the black athlete, which is really sad. But anyway, so the NBA goes through their stuff. They wound up trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks. Anybody that knows, at the time last year, Dallas Mavericks is owned by a Jewish owner. Mark Cuban is Jewish. I don't know if it was for good press. I don't know what they really traded him there for. It was just an interesting trade, to say the least, because they already have a point guard there. But anyway, Kyrie Irving, they trade him there. Everybody think it's going to be a mess. So a year later, now Kyrie Irving is getting praised by these same people who were trying to basically vilify him for personal decisions that didn't affect nobody, vilify him for personal decisions that didn't harm anybody, for his personal decisions that didn't affect no one else. And it makes you think, and it makes you realize what Malcolm was saying about the media, and how a lot of us have gotten to this media thing, and whether we like or dislike somebody, or whether we're told to dislike somebody, this is the narrative that we want to put out there on people. And it's a very, very dangerous game. And it's really sad to sit down and watch that Dallas Mavericks, the team that Irving is playing on, is right on the brink of going to the NBA Finals. And, Kyrie Irving is such a good kid. He's not going to tell him, F you. But it's just amazing that now they have to put a microphone in his hand. Now these same people that vilified him have to interview him and ask him about basketball when they're the same ones that was calling him an idiot. He should retire. If I was an owner, I wouldn't give him the max money. This is the type of stuff that was said about him by Shaq, by Charles Barkley, by Stephen A. Smith. Oh, I wouldn't do it. The journalism today is not like the journalism yesterday. This is why so many people say new black media. Because the journalism today, literally, as the young kids say, you're an op. You're not only just an opposition, you're an opportunist. An opportunist to throw somebody under the bus. An opportunist to basically put a narrative on someone that just don't be true. Yeah, Chef C, exactly. It's no integrity. There's no honest journalism nowadays, and this is why what we do is so precious, and this is why we gotta always stick to our core and just stick to the facts of the situation. These guys be paid opposition. They be having these little secret deals, and even the guy with the Kyrie Irving link, right? I think his name is Marcus Spears, right? I don't even think he's reporting on the NBA during these playoffs. And this just goes to show, who was he working for? Was he really working for ESPN? Or was he working for Nike? Getting secret money by Nike? And a person can't tell me, when it comes to this aspect, they can't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Because this stuff been going on for years with these sneaker companies. This stuff been going on for years with these journalists having guys that would put stuff out there about athletes that just wasn't true. If you into sports and you watch sports, definitely basketball. It's more in basketball than any other sport. Because basketball is a more personal game, has the less amount of players. You could say it has more black players than anything. But if you ever notice, they got talk shows that literally shows that will talk about, it used to be back in the day, right? For example, it used to be a segment that may talk about a rumor. They literally have not only segments, what they call blocks on TV that talk about a rumor. The whole show is based on a rumor. What are we doing here? Because they don't, it's not real journalists. And it's really sad for me to say that, because I grew up on the Gil Nobles. I grew up on the McCrearys. If you're from the Northeast, we grew up on these people who had some type of integrity in their journalism, who had some type of integrity in their commentary. And if it was an opinion or an op-ed or editorial, they would tell you, this is strictly for me. It's not based off nothing. This is my opinion. Nowadays, these guys they're more of the story than the story. So, I was just thinking about that, because now like I said, Dallas Mavericks is probably going to go to the finals. Now you're going to hear a lot of good press on Kyrie. You might even hear some little slick comments here and there about, oh, you gotta deal with his head ain't in the game. His head? What do you mean his head ain't in the game? Kyrie Irving has never been in a controversy outside of a controversy that they created. They created something. You want this man to explain that he's not anti-Semitic when Amazon still got the movie on their site. So this just goes to show, as we always say, uh, I'm white and I say so. If I say it's a problem, it's a problem. If I say it's an issue, it's an issue. So just be observant, man. A lot of times, this media game that people play, sports media, any media, when they start talking about a particular person, either they're boosting them up and they're going to be their quote unquote token Negro, or they're setting them up to try to vilify them. So we need to be very conscious of it, because at any given time, you could be it, and you will be it when they get tired of you, or when they're trying to boost you up, or when they're trying to use you as their chess piece. So with that, everybody have a good night, good day. Yeah, another goofy, Marcus Spears. Chef said exactly right. You guys have a good day, man. Y'all take it easy, and enjoy this weather. It's gonna be a little cold today, but y'all take it easy out there. Remember, like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys later.